All right, now is as good a time as any. You know what I'm saying? Now is a good time. And let me see. EU. Okay. There's a couple of possibilities. EU is coming up on an imbalance that is probably going to bounce, or demand zone, depends on who you're talking to. We're probably going to get a rejection in about 50 pips from now. So there's a good chance that this doesn't pull back until it might just keep pushing down. And we get the rejection somewhere around this area. If it rejects here, and you're in the trade, you could probably buy it back up, hedge it, whatever, for like 100 pips, because it's like 130 pips back up to close this imbalance. I'm not saying to do it. If you know you suck at hedging, if you don't understand, if it's just going to confuse you, just don't do nothing. It's just going to be a pullback, and then it'll be back in profit once it starts selling. Um, but if you know what's up, and you kind of understand, if we push straight down without pulling back, it's because we're going to push into this demand zone, or we're going to close this imbalance. Then you'll get a rejection. Now you can just put an equal lot size in to buy it. And when price gets back up and closes that imbalance and turns around to sell, you can close your buy and profit, add you another sell position, and you'll be off to the races again. It's easily manageable, right? If you understand that concept. If you don't, just leave it alone. You're in profit. It's just going to be less profit when it pulls back. And once it starts selling again, you'll be in more profit. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Okay. That's the EU trade. EU is moving very slow. The GU trade is a much faster trade because right now we're right at this swing low. Okay. So there are a couple of options. It could buy back up and then push down and break the swing low, or we can push down and break the swing low. What I want to see is a daily. I want to see this daily candle close below that swing low. Once that daily candle closes below that swing low, hopefully that'll be tomorrow. Then it's on and popping. That's your change of character on the daily time frame. We got to change of character on the 4 hour. We got it on the 1 hour. All that but the daily. Once you get the change of character on the daily, it just lets you know that Todd was right. Now it lets you know that your trade is still going to be going down south. You might get a pullback at that point for it to continue, but really you just really want to see price close below that swing low. That way it'll let you know that we're in for another summer of home cooked British pound. All right, any questions on that? Brad. All right, so this trade, it depends on how you see the market. For me, this daily candle close below the swing low. I don't care. This was the swing low. We got the daily candle close below it. For me, that's good enough. For some of y'all, this would be the swing low. For some other y'all, this down here would be the swing low. So it just depends on how you see the market as a trader, I guess. If you're the type of person that sees this is your swing low at 266 pips away, maybe you don't participate in any of this pullback, but for me, we got a break of the 4 hour structure. It pulled back, and now to me, we broke. This was a daily swing. We broke it, we closed below it. So maybe we'll pull back tonight to keep pushing, or maybe we'll push further down before we pull back. But either way, to me, EuroCAD is on to the next phase. I never doubted it. I never doubted that she was going to give me all that I thought she would give me. So if I go to this 6 month candle and I'm trading EuroCAD, which I'm not, but if I was, I would have my zone marked up. And I'm sure it's going to be that big area. Okay. So I would be looking at this area for the imbalance. I would have my target. Oh man, come on, bro.
Did you switch pairs?
Maybe I did. It was a Euro cat I was on. God, dog. So I would have my my target set. Oh my God. We're gonna get the EA. But I would set my target right there at that imbalance. And I would just let it cook. This trade has demonstrated that we broke that level. So this would be the next break that I would look for. But I would just ride this trade on down for another 800 and some pips. She's on her way. Now we got to get past this low and then, of course, these lows through here. But I think she's demonstrated that she's cooking with Crisco. All right, this is the Kim trade, the EA trade that I think is coming to this imbalance. Now, I have this set to this zone, but if you're trading this pair and you wanted to get out at this imbalance, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, and the reason I say that, man, I keep hitting the wrong button. All right, this is a clear weekly imbalance, right? So you're going to get reaction from this level. But I believe that it's going to come to this weekly order block right there. So this is the final destination for that EA trade. It has a lot of room to go. It looks good right now. It broke the first level. The daily swing for this one is going to be at the bottom of that formation, down at this level. And that's where we're pushing to, right? I think it's like 300 pips, 600 pips. Wow. So almost 700 pips to that level. So if you need to see a daily swing break, you're gonna be waiting for a minute. But if you're good from this push down, we broke these lows, we pulled back to let you in the trade. If you caught that trade, that's great. If you didn't, we're still kind of right here at the same imbalance that you can find an entry before this trade takes off and starts pushing. I anticipate that we should start pushing again. It's Tuesday night, God dog. So I anticipate a little action. I really wanted this trade to pull back to 178.74, and we might get it. I would have been more confident if we had closed with a bullish 12-hour order block to bring us to this area. We still might pull back this high, but maybe not. I would have to see where we're at after Asian session, but I am looking for EA to fall on off the board for us. I think EN is a very similar trade setup. I don't know if you guys are trading EN, but we pushed down, we broke these lows, we pulled back. We got a bearish order block in the tap in. This is another trade that's going to cook. If you know, you know, trade should come back down to this area. You can see I have a demand zone mark. I think me and Aiden talked about this trade a long time ago, but I'm looking for this thing to start cooking as far as sales. I know a lot of y'all caught the little gold trade, gold has been moving furniture back and forth. If you look at the trade setup, you already see what time it is. Right? Gold gave you that bearish 12-hour joint. You have an order block here that's not been touched. I'll look for it to pull back up, and I would at least trade it to this zone. Now, I'm looking at gold's little structure. For me, this run broke that high right there. So we had a high here. I'm on the 12-hour. That's why it looks like this. Okay, we had a high here. Then we broke the high. We broke this high, and then we broke the low. So we were going south. Then we came back up, and this high broke this high for me. So because of this high broke this high, now for me, that was a shift back bullish. So what I wanted to see happen was the market to come down, right? We grabbed the internal liquidity. I really wanted to see it go a little bit further down, but it didn't. It is what it is. It didn't go as far down as I thought, but it started coming back up. So all I'm looking at is this last little flow where it looks to me that we're creating higher highs and higher lows. So for me, when I look at this setup, and I like the way it looks better on the 12-hour, I can trade this down to this order block, and I would look for price to head higher. So it depends on how you see your structure, on whether or not you're going to look for this to bounce or keep pushing down. So you guys have to kind of find what makes sense to you, structure-wise, and frame your trade based on the structure that you see. If you see this as bearish and not breaking the high, and you think we're going to push down and violate these lows, which is what I thought before we broke that high right there, I thought we were going to come down and break the lows. So I would have been targeting these double O's. But now I can only take the trade if I was trading gold, I would only take it to this imbalance that was in this bullish OB. I would take it from that order block to that one, and I would just work with that price range. Right? It's still a lot of meat on the bone if you're just trading from those price zones, right? $45 or $50 that you're trading. Those are great swings. And a lot of people ate on those swings from last night and today. So it looks like you'll have another opportunity, later on tonight and tomorrow. We got PPI news, which is, similar to the CPI. CPI is customer inflation and PPI is business inflation. So the customer inflation wasn't terribly high, but it was the highest that it's been in 5 months. So that's why you got the little reaction that you got from the market. But I think outside of the news, if you looked at the chart, nothing happened that we didn't already expect to happen. We got the drop for the US 30 today. We had talked about it pushing down to this level anyway. So it looks like it's well on its way. And I don't know how long it'll take to get there. And I don't know if it's going to bounce. I'm sure it's not going straight there, but I don't know if it's going to bounce at every one of these imbalances. So if you got in, great. If not, just wait for a pullback, and then I would trade it down to about this level. Once it gets to this level, then I don't know. Maybe it bounces to go higher, like in this example, or maybe it just pulls back and continues to drop. So we'll just have to see how it all breaks down. But if you remember, if you look at the 1 month, we got a bullish OB, and we expected a pullback to this area. So it might look like a great distance, but all it is just pulling back. That's the 1 week. But all it is just pulling back into that 1 month golden zone, right? I think there's a 3 month golden zone that's even further down. Yeah, this 3 month golden zone is a lot further down, but I'm not even entertaining that at this point in time, right? Once price gets to the 1 month golden zone, we have to look at the bounce or look at the fundamentals and see what the possibilities are that lie ahead. All right, does anybody have any questions? Is anybody trading anything different?
Did you already do EU and all that stuff?
What's that?
Did you already look at EU?
You said EU?
Yeah, did you already look at
You
it?
muffled. I think you're saying EU.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at EU. I think the important piece here is we're still waiting for EU to come down here to this swing low, right? It's going to make it. We just don't know how fast it's going to make it. So there's an imbalance that I think is going to make price reject, right? So if it goes down and closes this imbalance, then your rejection is probably going to be about 130 pips. So I was saying, if you know how to buy that pullback, you can buy the pullback. You can hedge the trade, right, for the pullback. That way you get paid twice on that move, and you don't just waste that move. Or you just allow the trade to
stop by the office if you have a minute. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow.
What you say?
I said, if you have a minute, stop by the office later.
Or you just you don't trade the pullback, or you don't buy the pullback, you just let the market pull back and you just ride it out. Either way is fine, right? But I just think that we're going to get a pullback when that imbalance closes, right? It's only about 50 pips away from where price is right now. So I don't know if it's going to pull back and start buying with this new daily candle, or we're just going to push down these 50 pips, 55 pips, and then pull back tonight. I don't know. But I think, you should kind of be looking at that to come up with a strategy on how you want to trade it, or if you even want to trade it. If you got in the trade when you were supposed to, you're deep in profit. So it doesn't matter if you trade that pullback or not.
Okay. Cool.
Can we look at GA and GN?
Sure, we can look at them. I shot the sheriff. I did not shoot the deputy. All right, GA.
Buy it to sell it?
Well, you know what? It would really depend when you got in this trade. But to me, this is not even guaranteed to buy. This is just you should have bought it like down here, because this could very well just be a red candle. I wouldn't touch this for a buy, honestly.
Wait for the sell.
I would.
Yeah.
And you should have been whoever saw this, if you were trading, it should have been in the sale up here. You should have caught that.
I think LeVar bought it from when it took the lows. So I don't know.
He bought it down
he
here?
had it marked up. Yeah, he marked it up for it to react right there.
If you buy it down here, that's cool. But I would definitely be monitoring my buy, because it's a chance that it can fill this imbalance. But it's also a chance that it can just keep pushing, because if you're depending on who you are or how you look at this, for me, I think this is probably where I would say the swing low is in this area. So I would count that as a swing. I think some people might count this as a swing low. It doesn't matter. However you see this, you got to mark, to me, you just mark up your swing low and you wait for price to break it. So if this price breaks this swing low, then I think we'll get a pullback. So that's why I'm really not thinking, I'm not looking at this like it's going to buy first to sell. I'm looking at it like it's just going to keep pushing to break whatever one of these swing lows, if it's mine or if it's these down here, break those first, then pull back. Like the market can do, two things. It can either buy up now or it can go down to break the swing low first. So that's why I say I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't be buying it now because I don't know which way it's going to go. And when I look at this candle, to me, a red candle can easily print, and we can have a rally base or a drop base drop. So I would personally just wait. I would wait for the sale setup.
Sure.
Now, if LeVar caught that thing from the bottom and bought it, that's straight. That's what's up.
I don't think he took it. I think he marked it up. I don't think he took it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I had marked up at 0482. Let me go back and make sure.
Okay. 204.82.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You say you didn't take it.
No, I ain't take it, but I had marked it up and everything. Due
Great.
to how EA was looking like they were just too different and everything. So
Yeah, but EA fell off a cliff since last week.
yeah, and I looked at GA today, like it seemed like it just bought up to the sky. So yeah. So
Yeah, they're a little bit off, but I really like Ian. If I was going to get in the trade tonight, and GN doesn't look bad either for the sale. But I like Ian. Ian's sale set up better because it pulled all the way back up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean
all
that
the way
one.
back up, and then on the lower time frame, you can see that push down and pull back. So if you was on, let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, he came back up here, and we established this as our level. We pushed right down with displacement, and we pulled back up. I'm just waiting for the drop now. So if I was looking, if I didn't have a trade to take or whatever, to me, this is a good looking setup to me, because you can take this trade from where it is now down to that demand zone down there, and you get all of that move. 600 pips. It's not a bad looking setup. Anybody trading the nasty deck?
No, we trade now.
I ain't trading the nasty deck either. The Dow Jones is much sexier.
Who we look at EJ?
You said EJ?
You.
EJ hit that imbalance. Not quite. To me, this is where EJ need to hit this imbalance. But EJ to me is like so many others. If you're not already in that move, it's not a lot of reason to hop in.
Oh no.
To me, that juice ain't worth the squeeze. It's kind of interesting though. Let me see what UJ look like. UJ is at the top of this range too. It's gonna be interesting to see if we get a bounce, which I don't think is the case, or if we just get a pullback to go higher. I think a lot of those JPY pairs are in twilight zone too. So we got a long way to go on the dollar. I think. I think the dollar needs to pull way back up here. But that seems far-fetched, with where we are right now in price. But geez, man, we're at a decision. We're right at a decision place in the market. So I think this zone, we have to see what happens. Like when price hits this zone, we got to make sure that price is going to go through this zone and not start falling. And I think that's going to coincide with whoever's trading GU and EU, right? GU has already broke, but this and EU are kind of in similar spots. So we just have to wait to see how price is going to react at that zone before we can kind of lock it in. Even though I've already said the dollar is going to get stronger. So, regardless of what I'm saying, I still need to see the confirmation in price. All right, any questions? No questions. All right, y'all. Well, hey, I see y'all in the market streets. Y'all ain't got nothing there.
Thanks, Todd.
All right.
Thank you.